Hello, family. Angela Cage here with Cage Collaborations LLC. And today's message is actually a special request from one of the Cage Collaborations LLC followers. They asked me to speak specifically about worry. And worrying is something that I struggled with immensely. Worry used to have me in the tightest chokehold because I suffer from general anxiety disorder. And before I got it under control, big shout out to my therapist for helping me with that. But before I got it under control, I used to worry about almost everything. And what I found when I started to analyze my worry and my anxiety is that it was tied to fear. I had fears about making a mistake and being judged for it. I had fears about what could be. I had fears about how people would receive me or how I would be perceived by others. I even had fear about trusting myself or trusting other people around me. Basically, I had a fear of the unknown. And that fear sent my worry and anxiety through the roof. Again, my mind would be constantly racing about what could be. But my therapist actually helped me face my fears and work through them. I had to really determine if my fears were valid. And if they weren't valid, so if my fears were irrational, if they were unreasonable, if they were about things that wouldn't very unlikely to happen, then I had to use positive self-talk to let go of those fears. I had to tell myself that I can't spend my time worrying about things that will never happen. But if I analyzed my fears and they were actually valid, then I had to really figure out what within that situation was within my control. I would say to myself, what in this situation can I take control of? I had to focus my energies and my efforts on the things that I could control. And if there was any element within that situation that was beyond my control, then I could tell myself that I won't spend my time worrying about things that I can't change. But what I can focus on and what I always have control of is my emotions and how I respond to it. So the key to managing worry is to make a plan. So make a plan for when you have something that you're worried about and it's something that's within your control. Make a plan for how you're going to address whatever that situation is. But if you find that constantly the thoughts that are racing through your mind, they are valid, but they're about a situation that you can't control, then focus your energies and efforts on how you're going to respond. Because again, you can always control your response. You can control your emotions. So that's something where you can focus your energies on. So think about that. So when you start worrying about, oh, this might happen or that might happen, stop yourself and think, okay, yes, this may happen. And it is something valid. It's not some irrational thing that's never going to happen. This is something that very well could happen. What would I do in response to that? So as you begin to make your plan, write it down and keep it with you. Keep it handy so that when your worry and anxiety starts to kick up, you can pull out that plan and begin to execute it. And then you'll find that your worry and your anxiety won't keep you in a chokehold. You won't be gripped by that because you will be prepared. You'll be confronting your worry and your anxiety with planning and preparation. Because one thing that I do know is that worrying and constant anxiety, they rob us of living in the moment and enjoying life. And this lived experience is so short in the grand scheme of things that we don't want to spend our time worrying about things that really just don't matter. We really want to take the time to make that plan and be prepared. Be prepared to control your emotions, because if that's the only thing that you can control, then you focus on that. And earlier this week, I posted on the Cage Collaboration LLC social media pages some positive affirmations that can help in dealing with worry and anxiety. I'm going to share with you just a few of the affirmations that I use and that have helped me. And the very first one is, I won't worry about the things that I cannot change. That one I had to put that everywhere. I had it on my laptop at work. I had it on sticky notes by my bed at night. I had it on the mirror. And if it will help you, even put it in the car on your steering wheel so that you can constantly see and constantly be telling yourself, I will not worry about the things that I can't change. And I'm going to say it again for the people in the back and the people outside who didn't get in. I will not worry about the things that I cannot change. And another affirmation that I like is that I will utilize my power to control my emotions. Because as I said before, in any given situation, the one thing that we always have control over is ourselves, our emotions, and how we respond. So again, going back to that first affirmation, I'm not going to worry about the things that I can't change, but I will utilize my power to control my emotions. And another affirmation that I like is I will free myself and release myself from the fear of the unknown. And again, as I stated before, that fear can grip us and cause us worry and anxiety, constantly thinking about what could be. But no, I free myself from that. And how I free myself from fear of the unknown is to plan. I'm going to plan how I'm going to respond. If I think that this is what might happen in the situation, I'm going to be prepared for it. And again, if that doesn't happen, if something else happens, and the one thing that I know that I can control and I can prepare myself to control is my emotions. And then the final affirmation that I like is that I choose peace over perfection. And I have been known as a perfectionist. I constantly want to get things right. I don't want to make a mistake. But what I find is that constantly trying to like get everything so perfect, everything just has to be just right. That caused me so much worry and anxiety thinking about that. But what I found is I value my peace more than the perfection. Yes, I'm going to make mistakes and I'm fine with that. I live at peace with that. So please go to the Facebook and Instagram pages for Cage Collaboration LLC and look at that full list. Find some of those affirmations that resonate with you. Write them down and again, keep them with you so that when your anxiety comes to do battle for space in your mind, you can use those affirmations to speak to that worry and that anxiety. Prepare yourself. And again, preparation. If you write those affirmations down, you'll be prepared when the anxiety and the worry and the fear come to do battle so that you can be prepared so that the anxiety, the fear, and the worry, they won't win. You will win. You will be in control of the situation because you're not going to allow fear and anxiety to have power over you. And if you find that you're struggling with fear, anxiety, and worry, the things that I've talked about in this message is not really helping to really get you over the hump, then I implore you, I encourage you, please seek out a therapist or a counselor that will help you with that. Because like I said, I didn't know at the time that I struggled with general anxiety disorder, but I knew enough to reach out to a counselor. And again, big shout out to her. And I know she's going to see this. So just know that you helped me greatly. You have helped me to really gain control over the fear and anxiety. You helped me face my fears and you really helped me to be the best version of myself. So to my therapist, I truly thank you for that. And I also want to say that my therapist has played a key role in me being out in front of sending these messages to you all. She really helped me feel comfortable enough and vulnerable enough to share my experiences with you all so that I could uplift and encourage and empower you to do the same. So if you're struggling with fear or anxiety or worry, you don't have to be held hostage. There is help out there for you. And what you can do is take back your power by focusing in on the things that you can control. So again, if any of these messages, the message that I brought to you today, specifically from the follower who wanted me to speak about worry, which I hope this is helpful to that person that requested that. But if it's helpful to you, please let me know. Send me a message. You can call me 614 721-1512. That's the Cage Collaboration LLC phone number. You can reach me via email, cagecollaborationsllc@gmail.com. You can send me a direct message on Instagram or on Facebook, Cage Collaborations LLC. And if there's some topic that you would like me to create a message around and speak specifically to, please reach out and let me know that as well. And if you want me to ever come out and speak at any of your community events or any group that you may be heading to give a positive, encouraging, empowering, or uplifting message, please reach out to me for that too, because you know I have a passion for you all and I want us all to be winning out here. So in this message, again, I talked about not worrying, but focusing on the things that are within your control. So you know I want you all to win. Make it a great day. I love you all always.